In the next few minutes, you're going to uncover a brutal truth most people spend their entire lives avoiding. A truth Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood well. Pain is not your enemy. In fact, it's your greatest teacher. But that's just the beginning, because the Stoics believed that if you fear pain, you will live like a slave. And only those brave enough to face their suffering can ever truly possess power. By the end of this video, you'll either hate me for showing you this path, or thank me for setting you free. Part 1. Pain, the Ruthless Teacher. Most people spend their lives running from pain. They drown it in distractions, comfort food, cheap entertainment, social media, shallow relationships, anything to avoid discomfort. But Marcus Aurelius wrote something that cuts through centuries. If it is in accordance with nature, do not complain. If it happens to humans, do not fear it. That isn't just philosophy, it's a weapon. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in ancient Rome, deliberately practiced voluntary discomfort. He would sleep on the floor, eat the simplest, poorest food, wear ragged clothes. Why? To prepare his mind for hardship, to remind himself he wasn't dependent on luxuries, because the man who can endure suffering is the man no one can enslave. Think about Diogenes, perhaps the most extreme Stoic. He lived inside a barrel. He owned nothing. He begged for food. And once, when Alexander the Great offered to grant him anything, Diogenes simply replied, "Step aside, you're blocking my sunlight." He had no fear because he had nothing to lose. Diogenes wasn't poor, he was invincible. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you faced your pain without distraction, without complaining? Or are you just hiding from it like everyone else? Part 2. Power, the sweetest trap. Here's the part nobody tells you. Real power has nothing to do with money, status, or control over others. The Stoics taught that true power is self-mastery. Epictetus was born a slave. He was beaten. He was crippled. Yet he became one of history's greatest philosophers. Why? Because he understood this truth. You may chain my body, but my mind belongs to me. But here's the trap. Power can become an addiction. Friedrich Nietzsche, he wasn't a Stoic, but he saw the same danger. Once said, "He who fights with monsters must take care lest he becomes a monster." How many men throughout history, kings, conquerors, tycoons, have been consumed by their thirst for more? Power is seductive. It whispers to you, just a little more. And before you know it, you're no longer the master, you're the puppet. Your ambition owns you. Now ask yourself, are you really in control, or are you just another slave to your own desires? Part 3. Peace, the final battle. And now we reach the hardest lesson of all. Peace. Not the fleeting happiness from dopamine or shallow victories, but deep, unshakable peace. The Stoics knew this was the final battle. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in the world. And yet, in the quiet of night, as Rome burned, he wrote in his journal, "Be like the rock that waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved." But here's the paradox. To achieve this peace, you must be willing to let go of everything. Your desires, your fears, even your very identity. Nietzsche put it another way. One must still have chaos within oneself to give birth to a dancing star. True peace comes when you stop clinging, when you realize that nothing belongs to you, that everything, your success, your pain, your power, is temporary. It's the ultimate freedom, but it's also terrifying because once you taste this kind of peace, you can't go back. You'll never see life the same way again. So here we are. Pain, power, peace. 3 brutal truths. 3 unforgiving teachers. Most people will spend their entire lives running from these lessons, but not you. If you've made it this far, you already sense it. This is the beginning of your awakening. The next time you feel pain, don't numb it. The next time you crave power, ask yourself who is really in control. And when you finally sit in silence with nothing left to prove, don't run. Let the peace consume you. If you're ready to take this path, type the word awake in the comments below, because once you're awake, there's no going back. Welcome to your new life.